and there's no, but you guys have a frontage road, so that works out nice. That works out nice. And so I could walk up that and then walk a block past your house to the police department, because it's, your house is here, the police station's right there, and then, whatever. But you guys are in a little cul-de-sac of track homes and shit like that. So, I mean, they're nice places, okay, but, build nice places out in the middle of fucking nowhere, okay? Did you turn our son into a fucking hillbilly? Did you turn him into some sort of, hopefully you gave him some sort of gospel, spiritual inclination in his heart? Hopefully you didn't let him start listening to death metal, Satan, 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 all that kind of shit, Metallica, death rock, kind of skulls and death evil looking shit. Hopefully you were a good mother and you slapped him on his ass and spanked him so he didn't do with that. Okay? You don't have to go beating your children, but if you see them out doing something stupid, like walking in the middle of the street as a child, you pull them to the side real quick, you say no with the fear and the panic in your voice, and you speak them 3 times, pop, pop, pop on their booty, and get it through the diaper, whatever the hell they're wearing, and you spank their bum so it sets in, their eyes are going to go, oh, what happened? I just got spanked. Yes, you just got spanked. Why did I get spanked? Because you just walked out in the middle of the road and not looking where you're going and not knowing that there's cars out there. Oh my God, and it spanked and it scared me and I don't know what happened. Cry boo-hoo. Yes, spank your children so that stores in their memory and so they don't do it again. But if you took the approach from the television, the brainwashing propaganda that says, no, don't discipline your children. Don't spank your children, that's child abuse. If you fall for that shit, shame on you. Shame on you. Okay? I'm not mad at you. I hold no grudges against you. Okay? It's been 20 years, dude. I'm not mad at you, and when I'm having this conversation with you right now, I'm having it in a way as if we were having it back in the pad, okay? If we were back in Ontario, we're going to use code words here, okay? If we were back in Ontario, okay, we'll call it like that, okay? If we were back in Ontario, I'm talking to you just like we were there, and if you think this is fuzz in my mouth, if you think that this is child abuse or domestic violence, if anyone else listening to this thinks that, oh, that's just abusive, this guy's crazy, he doesn't know what the fuck is going on, realize that you don't know what the fuck is going on if you call me a conspiracy theorist crazy, okay? Again, I couldn't tell her what was going on. Again, I say there are things that I can't tell you, okay? Again, I need you to stop yelling and fucking screaming at me, and I need you to go and I need you to do exactly what I say. Not because I say it, but because you're a loving wife, okay? Become a wife, okay? Do you understand? All of that was wrapped around the SS. We're going to go and finish that part of the story because I'm getting tired and drifting, okay? The SSBI, the single scope, doesn't just deal with what most fucking plebs got to deal with. Okay, it goes into everything, of everybody, of any and everything that can be possible. Why? Because you're looking at shit. If I had a CTS-4, okay, when you get your CTS certification, clearance, it's thorough. You're dealing with big boys. Okay, and so you don't fuck around. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't fuck around. Okay? That means at that point, I'm trying to say that our house is probably bugged. Honestly. That's the level when it comes to your CTS. They're going to surveil you. You're going to be watched with satellites. You're going to be monitored all over all phone lines, all of your friends, all of your family, everyone in your family and all of your friends. What do you think? Again, to come back to a conversation, to what we were having about 3 hours ago. Okay? Capos got popped and showed up at the cafe one day. How did he know I was at the cafe? He was on a work furlough for being popped, right? Because he got caught selling his drugs and shit like that. Okay? Well, why did that happen? Because I was having an SSBI, okay? Do you understand how SCI works? Segmented compartmentalized information, okay? Secret, sensitive, I should say, sorry. It's been 20 fucking years here since I've even thought about this shit, but SCI, okay, is this, a sensitive compartmentalized information, okay? That's when when you go to Jason's house and you want to go and they're going to have a barbecue for the weekend or maybe have a party for, a month or 6. You know what I mean? Like, you're dealing with people that kind of maybe really know what's going on, and like, when you're dealing with that, okay, you got to realize that there are things that you cannot talk about. And I told you, be an obedient woman. I'm not saying being a slave because you are a woman. I say be an obedient, loving wife. Okay? Love and obey. Love and obey. That's it. When I'm gone, I need to be able to trust you to be able to defend my son as if you were me in my absence. If you were under assault or attack from an assailant, okay, you would have to physically defend yourself, which is why I wanted to teach you martial arts. But you're just a lazy, dude. You're lazy. You're lazy because no one ever disciplined you. I'm not saying spanked you, but discipline means student, okay? Discipuli, okay? Discipuli, discipulai, okay? Discipuli, discipulai, que Latina linguae. Males, I studied Latin. Did you study Latin? I'm a student. Are you a student of the Latin language? Okay? Do you understand? You're stupid, not dumb. You're very smart. You're very smart. Don't mistake what I'm saying. I'm saying stupid in the Latin origin, the meaning of the word, without all the fucking Marxist communist bullshit, change the dictionary crap because it's Friday and, rainbows matter. The reason that they took a rainbow flag is because after the covenant that God made with Noah is that he would not destroy the world by a flood again, and that was the rainbow in the sky that is complete that promise. And so when we see it, it's an evaporation. The light and the solar obliteration. It's called solar obliteration. Solar obliteration, and that's what that is. And so when you see a rainbow flag, those are people who hate God, and it's basically an open hand slap in the face to God. That's what a rainbow flag stands for. It's the covenant of God to Noah and to all of us that he would not send another flood. Okay? But by fire. Okay. Why did the flood happen? I want you to think back. And Dmitri, I'm going to talk to you for a second, okay? If you're watching this right now, I have no idea if you'll ever see this, but I have to say it as if you were. And so I have to have the conversation with you as if I were, okay? Because I'm trying to explain why it is that you have missing memory, okay? I went through the same thing that you're going through right now because my mother did exactly what your mother did. She kidnapped me from my father, okay? Your mother kidnapped you from your father, okay? I understand what you're going through. I've spent 20 years trying to make sure that it's as short as possible, okay? But she went and had your name scrubbed from the internet. I talk about how I had your name put on a roster for the Project Stardust mission when I was at NASA, okay? It got scrubbed from that, but mine didn't. Hers got scrubbed from that, but mine didn't. So it's not like just some random thing, arbitrary, you just don't have a website, okay? It means that your mother had your name scrubbed, pressure washed, okay? I had my accounts pressure washed when I went to treat, okay? Tactical Reconnaissance Engineering and Assessment Team. It's been a long since I've even thought about this shit. I mean, I've tried walking around homeless for, in the middle of the fucking night, 3 in the fucking morning, frozen beyond, nowhere to lay down, nowhere to go. I mean, memories pass your mind. You recall things, but you don't care about them anymore. I don't give a shit, honestly, which way the toilet paper was on, or if the dishes were done or not. I could give a fuck less about the dishes. 20 years later, sitting at it, thinking at it, I would have done the fucking dishes. I did do the dishes until I went on strike because I wanted you to start fucking learning how to be an adult. We've got a child, and you have to be its mother. I have to be his father, which means while I'm out hunting with my beard, which your mother tugged on, because she's like, listen, mister. Okay. I have a godly amount of patience, okay? And I demonstrate it. Okay. But the reason that I did a final call and brought the mothers in together is because this is the last round. The next time that this type of situation comes up, I'm going to walk out the door. I'm going to announce it. I don't sneak out, but I'm going to announce it. Okay? And that's what happened. She called my job again. Okay? Talking about baby food. If you understand what I'm talking about, you've watched the last 9 hours, you probably know what I'm saying here. Okay? Went and took the called, left a message, called my fucking work again. Okay? And, left me another message on the fucking job. I'm like, dude, okay. I just, unless I put my foot down, it's never going to end. Okay? All I was thinking about is your future. Okay? You had science camp every summer. You were going to be living at NASA. You were going to be living on camp, not living on campus, but your entire academic future was going to be handled by the Jason Society, at Jason's house. Okay? I was being invited. I was being auditioned between about 3 people. Okay? I got my education by stealing it. Okay? I got subject to affirmative action, systemic racism. Okay? The only real systemic racism in this country. Okay? And I got pushed to the fucking ass end of the fucking line. I said, fuck no, dude. Okay? I will not let Grendel fucking take this hall. I will rip his fucking arm out of his socket and beat him with it. You know, right? I'm not trying to say bad words or whatever. I'm talking about Beowulf. For people who don't understand what I'm talking about, I'm not making threats. I'm talking about Beowulf the book. Okay? Like, again, one thing about having a classical education is that there's a finite amount of information there. It's all been written. And unless we find some new unearthed, something's tickling me or falling on my face or something. I got a hair going somewhere. But, like, unless we find some new excavation, well, then we have there's a finite set of material to read in a classical education. Okay? Beowulf is one of them. Okay? Canterbury Tales is another one. I mean, like, and you can't understand either of them. Like, how are you supposed to understand Shakespeare if you don't know the Bible, the King James Bible? How are you going to understand Chaucer if you don't know the Bible? It's impossible. Chaucer loses all meaning. All meaning. It vaporizes. You have to know the Bible by heart. Whether you've got it verbose is another thine. Okay? Is it stored? Do you know what it's saying? It's hard. If you missed a thee and a thy, okay, well, thee is yours, the thy is thy to give, okay? Thine, okay, is a belonging and possessive. And people say, well, that's Old English. No, that's modern English. The Bible, the King James Bible, is written in, again, I'm having this conversation one-sided because I'm trying to cover every subject of important things. If you get one shot at this message, and if my son actually finds this video, okay, I'm looking at 8. Is that 8? I can't see without my glasses. Sounds about right. Yeah, 8:43:09. Okay. Okay. So if we're at that point, then does he know his Bible? Is he a Christian? Does he also believe in God, or does he think it's all nonsense? Does he think it's a fairy tale? Okay. Let me break down and prove the Bible true here. I keep talking about Daniel a lot. Why? Because we call prophecy. Prophecy. You say prophecy, or they say that's crazy talk. Crazy talk. You must be an idiot to think it's crazy talk. You must not know the book of what's going on. It's crazy talk. Okay. And so if you have to right now, pull out your King James Bible. If you don't have one, I've got a cubic foot of Bibles sitting here, different ones, because some that are all together, some that are much older with different ones in Greek and the other in Hebrew, and so I had to learn Greek and I had to learn Hebrew and all the other shit, Barach Adonai, Aleph Bet Yam Gimel, you got to go through all of it and just start going through and learning languages in order to be able to read the material. Okay, I'm not fluent in any of them. Okay, I've got like a childhood, what my grandfather taught me in my youth. Okay, children learn language much easier in their youth than they do when they're older, and so my time with my grandfather is the time that I know these languages fluently. You know what I mean? So. However, it's a bit huike agricolae, you know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like outback farmland, piss poor Latin, but nonetheless, it's farmers Latin, if you will. But nonetheless, I can speak Latin. I can speak Greek.